So this is a culmination of the exercise that was done some 15 years ago, doing a demand-supply ratios in the Wildtevreden Park area. And at that point, the outcome of those that exercise was that around 2024, not 2022, 2024, we'll start seeing demand outstripping the supply. So then plans started at that particular time to respond to that. Phase one of the work that has already been done is that of the construction and commissioning of the Wildtevreden reservoir. You'd remember we commissioned that, I think, 96 megaliter reservoir around 2011. The second phase of the work was really to procure and lay the pipeline. It was an 8.1 kilometers pipeline. So the old pipeline, which is the F34, was a 1 meter diameter pipeline. The new pipeline is 1.4 meter diameter. The two are intended to run together to ensure that we've got enough flexibility. So the last phase is the work that we are now doing Friday and Saturday, connecting the two lines together such that when one is taken out for maintenance, the other one will carry the consumers through.
Okay, so let's go through. I mean, obviously planned maintenance, so at least residents have got time to get their affairs in order. So you say from the 3rd, so that is happening from Friday. So will the actual shutdown happen on Friday and Saturday? Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, then so will the residents in these areas, and let's talk to the areas, where exactly is going to be affected?
Now, as Reynolds has a bulk supplier, we then will tell you that it is the area supplied by the city of Jburg or Jburg Water, but they have then given us a list of those areas that will be affected. Areas like Wildtevreden Park, Honeydew, Little Falls, Randpark Ridge, parts of Randburg Fellens, parts of Northcliffe, Randpark Ridge, Struben Valley, Constantia Kloof, Olivenhout, Hest Hill, Claremont, White Ridge, Newlands, Beckeren, parts of Soweto, Brixton, Crosby, and Parktown. So let me also indicate that these areas will not be affected equally. There will be those that will probably see a drop in pressure. There will be those that may run dry. It will depend on where they are situated, the topography itself.
So when you say that, I mean, just to help people, the topography, meaning?
Meaning high-lying areas.
So those so those higher up will be affected more.
Especially if you look at the Wildtevreden Park and the neighboring suburbs, most of them are on hills and peaks. So those are the ones that would be affected the most, and it may not necessarily be during the 24 hours shutdown itself. It may be a little bit post the shutdown, because what we have done, we filled up all of the reservoirs that are leading to Wildtevreden reservoir. So all of them are filled, including Wildtevreden. So if consumers really help us by managing their consumption, by the time we finish, there'll still be hot water, and even post that.
So if we have a look and see what people need to do, obviously you say some will not have waters, others will have a lot less pressure, which is a problem. So water off on Friday and Saturday, obviously to fill up again is going to take time. So how many days are we expected to have this water disruption for?
If you look at all the areas that we mentioned, most of them should be able to get water immediately after that, immediately after we complete with the shutdown. The only challenge that we've got are two areas that are receiving directly from the Wildtevreden and the Commando Road meter, and we're talking the meters themselves. because those meters are feeding areas that are high. So if your low-lying areas work with us, we should be able to clear all of this by late Sunday afternoon. But if consumers consume as water comes in, that may extend into Monday afternoon.
Okay, so asking consumers to not use too much water.
Leanne, you are either on mute or... Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now? Is that fine?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, good. So asking the customers to use water very, very sparingly, how can they just sort of get to a point where we can help ourselves? I know that I'm in that area actually now that you mention it. That is the area that I stay in, one of those areas. So what do we, fill up baths, just make sure that we have got water available for ourselves just for those few days?
Yeah, you see, one of the reasons why we issued a 21 days notice is so that consumers leading up to the 3rd, they would have perhaps filled up water into their bathtubs and stuff. I think from now, from today, going I think it's too late. You are going to empty the system. The expectation was that 21 days ago, people would have made their plans. We also know that the city of Jburg will also communicate some of the plans for areas that will run dry.
All right. Let me leave it there. I know connection not too good, but I think you've given us the details. So definitely going ahead from these the different areas that are going to be affected. The Veltefreden Park Reservoir to be upgraded, so there will be a shutdown of water services on the 3rd and the 4th. That's Friday and Saturday. Water should start coming back from Sunday, Monday, but just make sure that you have looked after yourself and prepared for this. So all of those areas that have been mentioned are going to be affected with water supply. All right, that was talking to us there was Eddie Single. He's from Around Water. Let's take a quick break. When we return, we'll be